Just the other day, I was chatting with 3 seasoned wedding vendors. Is that code for old? No, no, like experience. They've seen stuff, they've done stuff, they know how to make weddings work, right? So I was chatting with 3 very experienced wedding vendors about how lately they've been hearing from engaged couples asking tons of questions about details that honestly aren't likely to be problems at all. And we were just talking freely, and they shared how frustrating it feels to be a bit micromanaged, not fully trusted by an engaged couple who, they pay you a lot of money, they pay you for that experience and for your expertise, and then they don't let you just do your thing. So naturally, I asked them, how can an engaged couple really tell who's a legit experienced vendor and who won't let them down? They took a breath. They all looked at each other. They agreed that it's tough for couples to know, especially when so much of that trust comes from online reviews and testimonials that can feel overwhelming or sometimes leave you wondering what to really believe. And this is exactly what we're diving into today. How to cut through the noise and to understand what's genuine in reviews and where to focus your attention so you can book your wedding vendors with confidence. And stay tuned until the end. I'll be sharing my 9-point checklist for wedding vendor reviews and helping you work out who might just be faking it online. Let's get stuck into it.
Unbridely is a community of pro-wedding vendors who believe in freedom and integrity in weddings, giving you options, solutions, tips and tricks to create the experience and memories that you and your fiancé really want and deserve. Because we believe that weddings are a team sport. With how-tos, stories and interviews with recently married couples, we find out what went right and what they'd change if they could go back and do it all over again. I'm Camille, and welcome to the Unbridely podcast.
So you might have found yourself scrolling through wedding vendor reviews late at night, trying to figure out if that photographer, that florist, the caterer is the right fit for your wedding. Reviews and testimonials can be super helpful, but sometimes can seem confusing or even a bit suspicious. So let's unpack what's really behind those words. First off, reviews and testimonials serve a very clear purpose. They're stories from couples getting married who've already walked the path that you're on. They help wedding vendors build trust by sharing real past experiences, and they show you what kind of a service a vendor actually delivers beyond just what's on their website. And when newly married couples highlight a vendor's strengths, it gives you a sense of what you might be able to expect on your own wedding day. But there's one huge question that everyone wants to know. Are all reviews genuine? And unfortunately, the answer is no. Some reviews, like you might see when you're buying, something like a small appliance online, or an outfit, or a beauty product, some reviews might be outright fake or polished, tweaked or massaged into something that they weren't originally. And here's a twist that might surprise you. Some new vendors, and I get it, they're very eager to build credibility and get their business, their service off and racing. They ask their friends or family members to write reviews for them. Now, these aren't necessarily fake in the sense that they're dishonest, because many wedding vendors start out serving their family and friends first before they really start their business in earnest. But the reviews can be disingenuous or biased. And in some cases, yes, they're straight out lies because they don't come from real couples who use the service. So how do you spot the fake ones? First up, look for specifics. Don't just skim for star ratings or overall scores. Take the time to read a handful of detailed reviews to get a fuller picture of what's going on. Pay attention to what couples getting married say about the aspects that matter most to you, because it's different for everyone, of course. Maybe it's communication. Maybe it's professionalism, flexibility. It might be creativity, or like how a vendor handled timing issues, the vibe they brought, how easy they were to work with. Generic praise that sounds too perfect or a bit vague can be a red flag. Also, try checking different platforms. If a vendor consistently earns great feedback everywhere, then that's a bit of a stronger signal that they're the real deal. And when you hear real stories, like how a vendor handled unexpected changes or went above and beyond, you get a bit of an insight into how they handle things that you just won't find in their pricing guide. So when you're reading through reviews, focus on what matters most to you. If you want a photographer who feels like a friend, keeps things relaxed, look for those kinds of terms and descriptors. Another great tip is to look for patterns. If there are multiple reviews that mention the same strengths, punctuality, friendliness, that's a good sign. And likewise, if you keep seeing the same concerns popping up, things like slow responses or unclear pricing, that's something you don't want to ignore.
You still haven't written your vows yet, have you? Let me help. In around 20 minutes or so, you can easily write personalised wedding vows unlike anything you've heard before that will make your fiancé feel like the most loved, understood and appreciated person on the planet. The How to Write Wedding Vows That Don't Suck instant download 17-page PDF ebook walks you through a step-by-step format for your vows, how to find the right words and phrases to describe your feelings and your fiancé, how to write that crucial first draft and create your final wedding vows masterpiece. So if you don't know how or even where to start, if you've been Googling your little heart out, or if you've been calling them wedding vows, AEIOU, this ebook is for you. Included in there are also some bonus secrets for getting the most out of your wedding ceremony. So make sure you download your copy right now and get Write Your Wedding Vows crossed off your to-do list today. The link is in the show notes.
When you see balanced reviews that include both the pros and the cons, these can offer some of the most honest insights. And don't forget to check how recent the reviews are, because vendors evolve. Some take breaks, and sometimes they leave the industry for other reasons. It's also smart to use reviews as just one piece of your decision-making puzzle. If you combine what you learn from them with your own experience, your conversations, your meetings, your video calls, because sometimes a vendor's vibe, personality, just the way they come across, might not be written down in online reviews. So trust your gut there too. And don't hesitate to ask other vendors you trust for their references. I definitely find that vendors who are great to work with like to refer other vendors who are great to work with. It's like choosing someone great for your team. You know, in school where you had the two captains and they went, okay, choose your team. You choose people who are going to be good. You choose people who are going to help you win. And this is the same for weddings, because as you know, weddings are a team sport. You can also learn a lot from recently married couples. Although it can be tricky to match up someone else's personality, their preferences, values, budget with your own. So just watch out for that little trap. One person's must-book photographer is another person's bad communicator and ego-driven nightmare. And when your wedding day comes and goes, remember to leave your own honest review to, help out the next couple getting married, but also just to give credit where credit's due and let vendors know if they have done a really good job for you. And as promised, here is my checklist of 9 points to consider as you're looking at potential vendors' reviews, you're doing your research, and you're trying to work out who your shortlist is. So number 1, Look for consistency. It's good to notice repeated strengths and weaknesses across different reviews. Number 2, prioritise reviews that repeatedly mention what matters most to your wedding vision. So it can be anything, style, flexibility, calm, reliability, communication. It doesn't matter. What is important to you, if you've got 2 or 3 words there, try and find that word in reviews. Number 3, check the dates of the reviews or testimonials to make sure you're looking at recent experiences. You want it in the last year or 2. 4, cross-check at least a couple of review platforms to get a balanced view. Don't just rely on one site. So, you're avoiding bots, you're avoiding paid for reviews or testimonials. 5, be cautious of overly generic or unnaturally perfect reviews that lack specifics because they sound like bots, and we're looking for people, we're looking for specifics here. Number 6, remember that new vendors might only have online reviews from friends or family, so ask for real client references if you're not feeling comfortable. 7, try and match up the information from reviews with your own conversations or meetings to get a more conclusive feel for this potential vendor's personality. 8, trust your instincts along with the reviews because you're the best judge of who feels right for you. And number 9, make sure you leave honest reviews for your wedding vendors after your day has come and gone. Pay it forward for sure, but also as a thank you to those people who have made your day truly special. What do you think about online reviews and testimonials? Are they worth anything to you? You can email me, you can DM me on Instagram, and I'll catch you next week.
That about wraps it up for this episode of the Unbridely podcast. For the links and resources we mentioned, please head to the show notes. And if you love the show, please review and subscribe on the podcast platform you're on now so you don't miss out on a single episode. Thanks so much for listening. And remember, weddings are a team sport. Catch you soon.